Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I've got something a little different. Now the lovely Julia and I from Julia McNeil Crafts realised, well, Julia realised, actually we both realised that we have very similar tastes and we seem to be buying the same products quite regularly. So Julia came to me and she said, do you fancy doing a collaboration, just the two of us, where we use the same products? So each month, so this month Julia's chose the kit for this month, and then I will choose a kit for next month. So and then we create something using the kits that we've put together to see how different and to see what you can do with the kit. So we both received the craft box from the Alice in Wonderland craft box, and Julia has picked for me some packaging, 3 sheets of paper, but I did let her know that I only had about half of this left, so she's only going to be using half in hers as well. She also chose this paper and this paper. She's chose the stencil and the stamp. She's chose the flowers, and she's also chose this wooden element. So our plan is to make 3 cards this month, and yeah, go from there. So I'm just going to go and get my card bases together and a few inks, and then I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. So I've got a few bits together. So I've got these distress inks. I've got hickory smoke. I've got ice spruce. And then I picked out Stormy Sky and Tumble Grass, because when, glass, not grass. And I've got my black stays on ink. So when Julia showed me the kit, I had this idea, and I don't know whether it's going to work, but we're going to give it a whirl or a go. And it's to do these flowers. So let me just take these out. So what I'm wanting to do, I had this idea of using the flower petals to, as if it's raining. I thought that would be quite cool. And then using this stamp, and what I'm going to use is the back of the packaging to do the stamp. So I will use that, and then we'll go from there to see what else I can add. So that's my ideas. So I thought for this background what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do some ink blending, and I've only just recently got into ink blending, so, and I am quite enjoying it. I'm still learning, yeah, and it is actually a really cool technique. So if you haven't tried it, I would definitely give it a try. So I'm going in with this Stormy Sky first. And I'm just going to go right around the edge. So I have something in mind, and you know, I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work, but I was talking it over with was it my sister-in-law? Who was I can't remember, but I was talking to someone, actually no, it was my daughter. And I was saying, so I need to work on 3 cards. And she said, wouldn't it be funny if you both ended up with the same type of thing? So I told my daughter the exact same thing, like that. I was thinking of pulling a couple of the flowers apart and using them as petals, as raindrops. And she went, yeah, I don't think you're going to have the same cards, Mum. I said, I don't think. She went, I don't think anyone's going to be thinking like that. But it's just trying to think of different ways and different things in which to do, isn't it? So, so like I said, all I'm doing is I'm just going over everything. And just, if you do look in my description box, you will find a link to Julia's channel. And I'll also give you the link as soon as her video's up. Actually, we're planning on both doing the video at the same time, so... Right, with this ink blending, I'm not being precise. I don't know if you can see it, because I want it to actually look quite distressed. So I don't want it to be an even ink blending, if that makes any sense. So I am wanting it quite patchy. So that's that bit done. And then I'm going to get my spritz. Let's take that off. So I'm just going to put some water in my hands and then just flick it on. And then take it off. Oh, maybe a bit more. Just spray it directly, I think. There we go. So yeah, so no, I will leave Julia's channel in my description box. Please do go and check out the video, because like I said, we are both using the exact same kit, and it'll be interesting to actually see how both kits actually turn out. So I'm thinking, I don't want to use this red one. I have an idea for that red one, so that red one can go. I'm wondering whether to add some clocks. Actually, I think I will. Where's my little scissors? So I'm thinking I might add just a few clocks going down along with the petals. The only thing is I know that she's cutting out the clocks, so don't really want to sort of do that. Right, I might have an idea. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to take these apart. So I'm just going to, if I can, I want to pull them all down, and then we're just going to cut off these petals. Well, today it is a bit miserable outside. It's all clouded over and it looks like it's going to rain, which is typical. Okay, so, right, I don't need that bit. I do like these flowers that you get in the craft box, but sometimes I just think they're a bit too bulky for your project. Right, doesn't matter that they rip off, because this is the intention, to actually have the petals just floating down. So it's just to create the background. And actually what I might do is I might get my Copic markers out and colour these different colours, because I don't think I need to rip up another flower. I think this one flower is more than enough. Right, I think a couple more. I quite like the fluffiness as well. Right, my dog is barking at me because he wants a treat, so I will be back in a second. Okay, sorry about that. You know, he can be trouble when he wants to be. Right, yeah, so I'm just taking these petals off, and then we will, I think I'm going to just use normal PVA glue to stick them down. Right, I can't really get any more off there, I don't think. So it is quite hard. Right, and then we're just going to do the same with this piece. So all I'm doing is I'm just pulling, because it's quite nice fibres in these petals. I quite like them. Right, there we are. So all I'm thinking of doing is literally just dotting them around as if it's falling rain. Or even blossom from a tree. So that's what I'm thinking. There's actually quite a few here, isn't there? Because I just want something completely different, and I like experimenting. Excuse me. I think it's good to experiment, because, you know, that's how we find so many different things. So last one. So I'm quite liking that. So I think I'm going to stick them down, and then I think what we're going to do is build it up from there. However, I am looking at it thinking, so I'm going to take a piece of this packaging, I have. And I quite like this image, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear the top. So I don't need this top bit, because I'm thinking that it might be nicer to have it all more bunched up, so it's all something like that. I'd have to rip this end because it just doesn't look right. So I'm thinking something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. Right, let me try with this. So I've just, all I've got out is this, it's a circle punch, and it's a 3-inch circle punch, so I'm going to go with that instead. It's like, I know what I want to do, but I just need to sort of get there. So move them out for a sec. I am going to use them because I really like that idea. I really like this. Right, let's get this stamp onto my stamping platform. When I get it out. And I think I might also do some stenciling on this one as well. So will this fit on there? Just. Really is a just. Okay. Great. So I'm just going to use my black StazOn ink for this, and I know you can't quite see it. It's a little bit off the screen. Oh, I quite like that as well. So I'm just doing it on the packaging. So there's the stamp. Isn't he lovely? So I think I'm going to do him, but I think I'm going to do a few of him actually. So what have I got? So I'm just going to take, so I just want to take some more packaging. Let's see, I'll take this bit. And I can open it. And again, I'm going to use the packaging card, just so that I can stamp this. And it is a lovely stamp. I love the stamps from Craft Box. Move my petal. There we go. Right, so I've got 2. Shall I do 2 or shall I? Right, I'll do 2 for now. Put that to one side. Okay. Actually, take this off. I'm going to get a stamping block. I'm going to get a wipe because I need to clean my stamp off. Because we don't want it to be, because I'm actually going to use some of my distress inks on it. I don't want it to be mixed up with the black and be quite not be a nice colour. So it is a good idea to clean your stamps. I always try and clean my stamps as well before I put them away, because I just think it's so much easier. Right, I'm actually going to go in with this Hickory Smoke. And I'm just doing this just to create some more interest in the back of this, on this background. So I'm not bothered if these don't print out properly. It's actually the whole idea of it. Because I just think, so I'm just going to sort of randomly put them around. So I'm trying to do it as if it's a patterned piece of paper. Really like that. So and then here. So just like that, I am going to put the head up of here, and then I'm also going to do the body of it here, so it does look like we're on a patterned piece of paper. So I've done that, and that is done in the hickory smoke. I'm then going to use this, and I think I'm going to just use, oh see, I'm loving that more now. It's so much better. Let me just move a few things because everything's always in the way. So I'm just going to take this denim blue that I have, and on the top of this mushroom I'm just going to colour in the checkered pattern. But I mean, you can use any colours, you don't have to have markers and things like this. You could use coloured pencils, you can use anything that you want. So, as I was saying, Julia and I have decided that each month, the second Friday of each month, we're going to do Dawn and Julia Creates. And I'm really excited about it because we both like very similar things, but yet our styles are completely different. I mean, her style is absolutely amazing. I love all of her doodling. I've ventured, over the last few months, I have ventured into a bit more doodling, but I'm not as brave as what she is to do it. And when she asked me, oh my god, I was so happy. Yeah, really, really happy. I mean, my channel just keeps growing and growing, and you know, it's absolutely amazing, the amount of support, and to actually sit here doing something that I love and you know, inspiring other people is just fantastic. So yeah, so Julie and I have decided that, you know, we're going to do this together. So this month we chose, well, Julia chose the Alice in Wonderland theme, and I was all for it because I thought, oh my god, that would be amazing to see what we both can come up with. So then it's my choice next month, and I've got a couple of ideas, which I think will be quite fun. So I am looking forward to that. I'm just going to get a very pale pinky colour. So I've got cocktail pink, and I know these are just random colours, but it's just to add a bit of pop into the background. So I'm just colouring the top of this mushroom in with this colour, and I think that's all the colour I'm going to add. So yeah, so now I have a few ideas for us for next month, so you'll have to keep an eye out for them. But you see, I remember when I started, oh god, I mean, I started posting videos last year in August, and yeah, it you know, I was on right up until Christmas. I think I had 16 subscribers. And I remember being on Instagram, and Julia had put a post on about doing a collaboration for National Storytelling Week, and I thought, oh, I'd love to do that. I'd love to actually do something. But I did it, and I messaged her because I thought I'd really like to have a go at that. But I did message her and I said, look, I'll understand if you don't want me because I haven't really got much to offer. So and she's like, oh no, please, honestly, you're more than welcome to join us. So she very kindly let me do the collaboration with her, and since then it just feels like my channel's gone from strength to strength. And you know, if without that you know, without her believing in me and giving me that chance, you know, so it's nice that she's asked me to do this with her. I actually feel very privileged to do this with her, because she's an amazing lady. Yeah. So as you can see, all I've done on the background, so we've just done a bit of ink blending, and then I've spritzed it with more water. And then just to add just that pop of colour, I'm just colouring in the mushrooms and the check bit, and I just think that adds to it quite nicely. And then I think once I've done this, I'm going to little images that I've just stamped out. I think I'll colour them in properly, and then we'll start assembling this card. But I've missed the blue out up there as well. Yeah, and I think it's worked out actually really nice, and I like the fact it looks like paper, and you know, so it shows that you don't actually need to have backing paper. Sometimes you can create your own. Yeah, so I am loving it. Put that one back and get this one back out, and we'll do these up here. There we go. Right. Okay, so I'm loving that. I'm just loving the very simplicity of it. I've not overdone the colour because I don't think you need to overdo the colour. So I am going to put this on, and I'm going to have it raised up. So I'm going to get my foam squares. I've just got ink all over my hands. That's what you get for not putting the lid back on your ink. So I'll do that now. Right, so I'm just gonna, and these foam pads I got from the pound shop, and the one, I love the size of them, and I think they work quite well, and they're brilliant for quickness. However, they are so sticky. You've got to sort of like get your nail under them to sort of be able to lift them off because they're that sticky. Actually, these ones don't feel as bad, but sometimes you fight more with these ones than I do with my little square ones. Right, so there's that. But I'm actually thinking, even though I know I've just put the sticky bits on, if I can find it, I might have to use scissors. Do you know, it always goes missing. I'll be back in a second. Sorry about that. I've just gone and got my distress, my edge distresser. I bought this one from the Works. I think it was like £4. It wasn't overly expensive, but I just thought that edging could do with being just distressed a little. But like I said, I should have done it really before I decided to stick the stuff on. So I'm just going to pop this here. Make sure it's lined up. Oh, there, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. That's how those foam pads are so sticky. I mean, they're brilliant, but so sticky. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is these petals. So all I've got is, I've just got some PVA glue, and I'm going to just randomly pop them around. Just to create like a shower effect. Just something different, isn't it? So like this. I quite like that. And I'm glad we sort of created a bit of background, because I think that works. So I'm going to try and not cover the rabbits if I can get away with it. So I'm just going to try and go in all of the blank spaces. And like I say, I'm just wanting to sort of create like a rainy effect with them. Just trying to come up with different ideas as well. So yeah, we'll just keep going and then see where it takes us. So I'm quite liking these all bunched up together. So I'll put this on there. So just like this. do like the fluffiness of these. Right, okay. So, last one. I'm actually going to put this last one just on here, like that. Right, okay, so it's quite random how I've done it. I haven't sort of had any, what's the word? Plan of where I was going to put them. I just knew that I wanted them to be like a rain effect. So I'm going to take this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to colour it in. So because this is white and we did everything on the everything else on the background, I am going to use the same colours. So I've got the cocktail pink for this, the top bit of this. I'm hoping I might have to leave this ink just a touch longer. And then I'm going to fussy cut this out and place him on. Like this. Right. So now I need like a grey colour. I'll use actually my warm grey. So this is warm grey 2. So I'm just going underneath with this, and it is smudging the ink, which is a bit annoying, but I think that's just because of the type of paper that I am using, because I am using the packaging, but it's fine, it's all good. And then just down here, there we go. And then I want that the same blue. So this is the denim blue that we used on the top, and we're just going to use that again around here, like that. I go very quiet when I concentrate. I think that's why I always like to speed up my my videos, because I tend to concentrate. Right, I do have gold, and it says that it is gold, but I would say it was more a yellow, but I just want for this clock. Yeah. And then for the rabbit, so I want to keep the rabbit white. But his claws, I'm thinking I've got this dark blue, so this Egyptian blue for his trousers, because then, yeah, I'm trying to keep it very similar colour schemes if I can. So, and then for his jacket, let's have a look. I want to do like a reddy colour. I'll use this crimson for his jacket, I think. Yeah. And I'm going to leave him white because he is the white rabbit. But I want him to have funky clothes. And then his t-shirt that he's wearing, I'm going to use this soft green, just because why not. And then he's got a bow tie on, so what colour shall I do his bow tie? Why not a bit of orange? And this one is just orange. I can't really tell. Cool. Right, okay. So I'm just going to fussy cut this one out. And once I fussy cut it out, I'll be back. Okay, so I have fussy cut him out, and I was thinking of just popping him here, so I'll bring her up, so just there. And then as I was fussy cutting it out and looking at this, I actually do think it needs something else. So it needs like a border, it needs something. So I am going to use my black Scribblicious pen, and I'm going to create some sort of border or something kind of. And I'm thinking, see, this is I don't normally do this, but I think this is where Julia gets it right every time, and I'm thinking that, I don't know if this is going to work, but that these petals actually need something. So that's what I'm going to do. And as there's very little that we can work with, I thought I would try and be brave. She says. So all I'm doing is I'm literally just putting them in, but I'm looking at it and I don't like it, so they can come off because I don't like them. This is why I don't do them. Right, okay. So I don't like that, but I do like the idea of a border, so the border's going in. I'm just doing a very simple one. I'm not even worried if they're not straight or anything. I'm just going down. So I don't mind doing this. This I can do. And I have done it a few times. And I think that works perfectly. So I need to do something about what I've just done here. The only thing I can do, let's think. Well, I think he could probably sit. No, he's gonna have to sit there for definite. Let's see if I can. Oh, we can put these in backwards. To cover up that one. Yeah, I tried. Really, you should never be scared of trying anything, because if you don't try, you're never going to know, are you? And that just didn't work, so that was fine by me. Right, I am going to stick him there, so I do need to get some of my foam dots, so I'm going to use the smaller ones. Yeah, so along the bottom. Just going to put there, so one just there. So this one has definitely taken the longest time to do. I am thinking of adding flowers on as well. There we go. Ah, I like him there. And then I'm thinking, so not to waste, let's have a look. A couple of, actually, I think that works. Maybe one there. No, not that one. It's going to have to be this colour. See if we'll make this flat. So need to be flat. There we go. Oh, much better. Right. So get rid of this. Normally I like to keep them, but I don't think I want to in today's video. So I quite like that. And then again, get rid of this. Put this on. So all I'm doing, I'm just trying to make these as a bit flatter. And then the last one, again, I'm going to get rid of this. And actually the colours work quite well with what I've chosen. So I'm quite pleased with that. Right, nearly done. If you can hear anything, it's just my husband. He's hoovering up. Oh, I'm very lucky my husband does all of our housework. So, yeah. So I'm just going to stick these on, but I really like this. I think it's actually turned out better than what I thought it was going to turn out when I started. It's not how I imagined it. Excuse me. But I do like it. So I've just used my PVA. I keep saying PVA, it's tacky glue. So I've just used my tacky glue. And then this is what I've come up with. Completely different to what my imagination was saying. But I like it. So I've just created the background, so it's as if it was creating my own paper. Use a bit of the packaging, use this stamp, which is absolutely beautiful, and then just use my Pro markers. But you can use anything, you don't have to have alcohol in pens, you can just use felt tip pens from the pound shop. It's honestly, you can use anything. And then I just added the flowers, which I think it needed, so it sort of brings it together. So there's my first card. So now on to my second card. And the card bases, I can't remember if I told you, but I am using 6x6 card bases. So Julia did say use either 6x6 or 7x7. So I work very well with the 6x6s. So I was quite happy when she said that. So I have, I definitely want to use this on this one. I have 3 of my flowers left and 2 petals and this centre bit. Whether or not I can use that, I don't know. I do have a little bit of packaging, but I think I'm going to use this piece of paper, I think. Yeah. See, I need that one, so it's going to be that one for that one, then this one, which this one I'm thinking, no, I'm going to use, no, right, I'm going to use that with that, I'm going to use the flowers with this one, I'm going to use the packaging with this one, and I'm going to use the stencil with both, and I'm looking for, yes, and I have one of him, so I'm going to colour him in again. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to work. But first of all, I do want torn edges. So we're having torn edges. I'm going to have quite a big border around it. Normally I wouldn't, but I am this time. And then I'm going to put some ink blending on, so like that. And then I'm thinking the iced spruce I'm going to do around the edges of this one, because I think that would look nice. Actually, I think, well, I hope it isn't. I thought this might be running out, but so I'm just doing this around the whole of the edging. And then what I thought is, instead of going through this with ink or pastes or anything, I'm just going to use my fine liner and draw through it, because I think that would work. Again, I'm not looking for a really nice blended piece. I want to keep that sort of the feel to it that the papers give. Yeah. But I do have a few ideas in my head. I have to say, this has definitely been a challenge. Thank you so much, Julia. Yeah. But it's great, isn't it? It's great being told, right, this is all you can use, so that's it. That's all you're using. You're not doing anything. You can't use anything else. Create something. I've done a few videos like that now, and I've absolutely loved it. Oh, love that. Right, I'm going to actually raise this up, because what I'm thinking is I might tuck a few of these bits underneath. So I'm going to use, where's my foam dots that I've done here. So I'm going to leave an edge around so that I can tuck some stuff up underneath it. again, just looking for something just that little bit different, trying to think of stuff that, I mean, we both have completely separate styles anyway, so I don't think we would actually yeah, we would come up with the same ideas. But sometimes it's nice thinking outside of the box. So this video is going to be a long video because I know a lot of you have asked me to talk through it and talk through my process of when I'm creating, and I thought, it seemed as though I'm only making the 3 cards, I would, but I have a feeling this is going to be quite a long video, and thank you so much if you've stuck with it to now. Yeah, so right, okay, so I'm going to stick this in the centre. Actually, make sure, I nearly got it wrong, so I'm going to stick that like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to roll up this corner like that, and then I'm going to put a tear in just here, and then what I'm going to do, sorry if you can't see this, I'm just trying to get a really good roll on it, so there we go. So I quite like that. And then I've got these bits, so I'm going to tuck this bit under here like that. So I'm just going to use a bit of the PVA, no, sorry, the tacky. It's because it says white craft glue on it, so I just assume it's the it's PVA glue, but it isn't. So I really like that. Just thinking, right, quite like that underneath there. Again, just a bit of the tacky glue. You can use PVA, by the way. Please don't feel like you can't, because honestly you can. It does the same job. Oh, I really like that. Again, I'm going to use this bit up at the top. I just think it adds just a touch more to it. It's nice because it's not as busy as the first one. Don't normally make really busy cards, but you know, when you have something in your head that you want to try out. Oh, love that, love that. I'm thinking, don't just this bit, yeah. I'll put this under here, if I can actually do it. Just pull this out a little touch. There we go. There. Oh, I really like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this just here, and just for added extras I'm going to draw around the stencil shapes that I want. And again, this is just to add to it. It's, yeah, because I was thinking of using my inks and using them maybe in red, especially with like that. So we'll do up here. Yeah, especially with it being the Queen of Hearts and she's painting the roses red. I thought, oh, I could use my red, but I'm glad I haven't. So I like that. So I'm not sure if you can see it. There you go. It's just literally with my fine liner. I'm just putting some of the stencil on. I'm going to do probably just a little bit there, and then I would say I'm done. I definitely want this heart in, so I'm just going to roll that out a second. Like this, and then this little heart as well. So, perfect. Okay, so roll that back. Right, so I've done that. And then I do have these flowers, which I'm very tempted just to sort of bunch up in that corner, and then I would say that is done. However, I am going to actually get my red fine liner, and I'm just going to colour in these hearts with the red. Yeah. So just like that. Because I just feel like it needed it. And I might even, just to colour this in, I might get my Pro marker, one of my red ones, and actually go around the whole of the card with it as well. I'm trying to debate whether or not to do a border on this one. Right. Oh, I like that. I think that works really, really well. Now, do I do a red border around the whole thing or not? So I've got this berry red one. So I was just thinking of oh, see, this is why I can't do stuff like this. Okay. Okay. I don't really want to cover him up. That I would say there, that there, maybe, you know, like that. I think, yeah. Right, let's just try and flatten this out, because it is quite bulky. We'll put that in there, and then this one. I'm quite tempted to do it up. I don't know. See, this is where I need you lot. Excuse me. It's actually quite hard to decide where to put, because I think the card needs these flowers. So I definitely want to keep these greeny bits in. Just for added, yeah. I don't want to lose this man, which is why I'm working on up here. So I'm thinking like that maybe. Nope, don't like it. Oh, see, it all looks better in this corner, but it means hiding the man, sort of. So if I did it that there, and then that there, you can still just see the man. So that's what I'm going to do. So a nice generous glob of glue. Do the same with this bit. And then the very last one. There. And then we'll leave that to dry. And there's card number 2. And I really, really like it. This one's my favourite so far. Definitely. Right, okay. Oh, I was meant to be using him, wasn't I? Oh well, never mind. I don't want to use him on there. Okay, so the very last one. The very last card. Move the envelope up there. Right, let me sort of work this out a second. So we have this sheet of paper, which is just absolutely stunning. Love this. So I want to keep that on, so I'm thinking of it going there. I do have some bits that I can move upwards, so we'll keep them bits because we'll be able to work with them. I do have a couple of petals if we wanted to use them. Okay, right. So this one I'm just going to stick straight down, so I'm not going to do any ink blending on the background or anything like that. I am just going to stick it down. And I want it so that this mushroom's in the corner because it's absolutely gorgeous. And it says Wonderland on it, which is perfect. So just, come on. Right. There we go. So then I'm just going to cut this down to size. There we go. Right. So I have these bits. So I'm thinking of putting a bit here. And this is just, I'm just working on building some interest. I also have this paper which I was going to cut the clocks out, but I know Julie is doing that, so and I know she wouldn't mind if I did cut them out, but I just think no. We want well, to see what would come off. Oh, I quite like that. So I quite like that build up. I think that maybe that piece there, yeah, I really like that actually. So I'm thinking that, so what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to move it, is I'll start with the top layer and work my way down. So I'm just using double-sided tape. So I'm making sure that they're together. Like that. And then we can stick it all down properly once I've got the layers exactly where I want them. So I do want a bit of that clock shown on either side, yep. And then this piece, I do want it there. Right, there we are. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to coat the whole of this side with double-sided tape and then stick it down. And I love the torn effect. I find it so difficult to make cards that have just straight edges. I don't know why, I just always have. I tried for many years to make them. But then I suppose it's like with anything, if you're not going to actually try, then you're never going to learn. So I'm thinking there. So I just need to trim this top bit off. There we are. See, I quite like that. And then I've got this snip art with the cards on, which is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to, if I can, take this out. Because I'm thinking, so it not, I don't, so I'm thinking around there. Well, actually, I might do it there. That looks nice. I like that. I like that a lot. And then I do still have this image, so I think this time I'm going to just use my fine liners and see if they, ooh, nice and bright. So I'm just going to colour this in and cut it out, and then I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. I'm going to have to move some of this some of this mess. So I've coloured them in. And I've done him in bright colours, so I'm thinking that I'm going to actually have this more up here and then have him just sat there. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring back the stencil, and then I am going to use some bright colours. So I'm going to use the blue that I've used on him. So again, I'm just going to see if it shows up. So I'm just going to colour these in, and it's just to add more interest to the background, because I think it just needs it. It just needs something to break it up. So I'm just doing this, and I am just doing it quite randomly. So I don't, yeah, you can just see it. So I am doing a few bits, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing it in all different colours. So I'm going to be doing some in the blue, I'm going to be doing some in red, I think. Yeah, just because I think it needs it. Just to give it just that little bit more interest. So I'm going to do this colour up here. I have to admit, I've really enjoyed coming up with these cards. I've enjoyed the challenge because it has been a challenge, and I'm really excited as well to see the makes that Julia's come up with, because like I said, she's absolutely fab. She knows what she's doing. Me, on the other hand, I am sure I just wing it and hope for the best. So yeah, so I'm really excited to see what she's come up with. Okay, so I'm going to come in with the red, and I'm going to do some of these hearts. So, because I really like the hearts. But yeah, please do, and I know I keep saying it, but please go and check her video out. Honestly, you'll be able to see how we've used the bits and pieces together, and how we've actually, and also how different our styles can be, and you'll get so much more inspiration from seeing the two videos than you would just the one, because you're going to see how else you can use it. So basically it's like doing 6 cards with one kit, isn't it? So just like I said, I am just being very random here, putting using this stencil. So I am just, I'm hoping I don't sort of overdo it. I think there's only a few more bits, so I definitely want to put a heart in here. Like this. I'll use this diamond. And use this little heart as well. And then we'll do a couple of these squares. And then I think we'll be done with the stencil. And then it's just gluing the last of the bits and pieces down. And then I think we can say we're finished. I'm going to have half a heart here. Just the half. With this little heart here. And there. I think I'm done with that. I really like that. I am just going to neaten up these squares because they don't look as neat as what they could be. It's just where I've missed a few of the bits of it. Right, okay, so I've done that. I'm just going to again use my tacky glue to glue this down. So it's just, and it will work, you just need to leave it to dry overnight. But I find that when you're sticking wooden embellishments down, either gel medium or a wet glue is so much better than a glue gun. I mean, I know glue guns are easy, but you'll find that it doesn't stick as well, and then it does show through. So if you can use wet glue to stick your wooden elements down, then you are better off doing it like that. So that's down, and then I've got my little rabbit here, who's just going to, part of me wants to put him there, but I don't want to cover those cloths. So I think I'm just going to sit him here, and then I think we can say we're done. So it just needs a couple of foam pads on, and then the rest of it will be stuck with wet glue. Like that. And then on he goes there. Oh, isn't he lovely? Right, so move that out of the way, bring this up. So there you go. And there's my third card. Okay, so that's it. That's all 3 cards. All I've got left is I have my stencil. I've got these few little bits left and a couple of the petals left, and then this centre bit from the flower, and then I have that's my packaging for that. I do have that little bit of packaging left, and I also have my stamp. So I don't think, with what I started with, I think I've done quite well actually. So we started off with this one, and my idea to do this one was to make these petals look like it was raining, and I do love that technique. It does need tweaking. I need to sort of, you know, it was just an idea. The flowers did add to it, and did bring the whole piece together. I made my own paper in the background using the stamp and my distress inks, and then this packaging which I just slightly distressed around the edges, and I used my 3-inch circle punch to do that. And then to finish that off, I literally just did a quick border. So that was our first card. This is the second card. This one is my favourite card. So I just tore this piece, used my ice spruce to do around to colour the card in, and then I've just rolled this very simple card, tore a few bits off and had them sticking out, used the stencil but used my pens, and then added the last 3 flowers, and it is my favourite. I love that one. So really pleased with that one. And then this one again, I'm really pleased with this one. So I used the last sheet, so nothing fancy, just stuck it down, used the stencil to create some stenciling, all the little bits of paper that I had and this clock paper. I tore them up and sort of built some texture, stuck that down, used this wooden element, and then again from the packaging I did do 2 stamps of this white rabbit and I coloured him in, but I did make him quite bright this time. So whereas he's actually quite dull in that one, but that one works with that card and that one works with that card, so it's all good. So I really hope you've enjoyed seeing this. We are going to be doing this every second Friday of the month, so please do check that out and keep an eye out for it. I've loved doing it. It has been very challenging, Julia, shall I have to say, very challenging indeed, but wow, I think I've got 3 lovely cards here. Excited to see yours. Please everybody do go over to Julia's channel. Do check out that video, because honestly she is an amazingly talented lady and her ideas are just fantastic, so please do go check her out. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know which one is your favourite card. Also subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and I will see you very soon in my next video. But until then, happy crafting.